What's going on, everyone? It's Ox. I'm back. You know it by the title of this video. I am back for my third round of 100 days making comics, and today you'll be watching me as I paint half of the cover for my 9th issue of my comic series I Never Forgot, about a drifter wanting to accomplish one last goal before he can finally pass along happily. And this story has since picked up some steam. I think it's going to be ending the love arc with issue 9 very strongly, and I just thought I'd give you an opportunity to see me work. I believe this video is sped up about twice the speed, so you're gonna see just about everything that goes through in making one of my covers. So anyway, let's discuss quite a few things. When I last left you, I have put up last month's sketchbook on Patreon, so if you're into those, check that out for sure. But as many of you know, April was very tough for me. My dad had suffered a stroke, and we were in the hospital for about 2 weeks, staying in hotels, trying to figure out what was going on with everything, helping him get better now. And I have taken on another mountainful of responsibility. I am in charge of the finances and making sure bills are paid and everything, and trying to keep this house in as close as order as I can manage. All doable, but I also, as we were nearing the end point of leaving the hospital, I realized that I had stopped working as hard as I wanted to. I had put up the video of me stopping the third round of challenge, and it really just struck me and really spun me out of control. If you've ever seen Top Gun, when they go into flat spin, it was like that. I didn't know where I was, what I was going to do, how I was going to accomplish anything, but I knew I had to get back on the horse. I had been working on my sketchbook every day religiously, which just shows how important that is to me. But other than that, I had started doing my pages while I was waiting in the hospital. I would typically knock out about one a day. It took me about 2 hours to do roughs. I just didn't care who was watching, what they were looking for. I really want to get issue 9 done, and I have just heard from my printer. The proofs for 8 are printed. I should be getting those in the next couple days, so if you are still waiting for those, I hate to say it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to hold off and wait till 9's finished. So you're looking at probably another month wait. I am nearly done with tightening the pencils. It'll probably take me 2 weeks to ink, 2 weeks to color, and that's a pretty loose guesstimate. After that, probably another week to finish up the rest of the pages of the book, but there are some cool things that I'm going to be adding to issue 9. 9 ending the love arc, and easily one of the best issues. I'm going to take my time and make sure everything's correct, because I think this is going to be contender. I'm definitely going to be sending this off for consideration with Eisner's, because this is easily some of the best work I've done to this point. I think 10 will probably have a chance to get it too. 8, there are a few things that I dislike, but I know 9 is super strong, so I'm excited to do that. Still wondering if I should run a Kickstarter for it, that and my sketchbook. I think I'm going to wait to see on the proofs how the sketchbook turns out, see if I want to do it that way, or just sell it at con tables, maybe offer it for when I do the trade in issue 10. all things very much up in the air. But back to my dad. He's doing so much better from where we were a month ago. He's pretty much back to normal. He's got a really terrible cough. Trying to loosen some fluid up that he has in his chest. But as far as motor functions have returned, his voice is a little scratchy at times, but that's pretty much returned to normal. He's getting around a lot better. Right out of the hospital, he did use a walker a little bit, but I think we're beyond that now. He gets stronger every day, so thanks for all the support and the messages I've received over this last month. It hasn't been easy by any means, but knowing you guys were here hanging out was awesome to see. So I appreciate that very much so. So, back to the 100-day challenge. I am 8 days in now. I am watching Jan wind down. I think he has a week left. He is doing some of the best stuff that I've seen to date. I just finished watching his day 93 one. He's inking with a quill pen, and I want to do that so bad. I really want to do that with 9, but I don't think it's going. I think I'm going to be going with the brush. So we'll see. Definitely check out his channel. Big shout out to Marshall, Joshua Campbell, and Chris McQuinlan. They did finish up their 100 days. Thomas Clemens has about a month left. He's in his 70s now. And to start right before I did, Jeff Lafferty is working on his Berserker Knot every day. Watching his painting every day of these panels is so incredible. I love watching him work. In the way he puts together his comic. I'd love to do that down the road. It's definitely not the right way for I Never Forgot, but I definitely see me doing an issue like that down the road. So, when I did start it off, I was doing 2, 3, 4 pages of roughs a day, and that was coming out to about 2 hours a page, so I was working 6-7 hour days. You watched that last video, saw the hours I was putting in, the pages I was getting done, but to get through the rough stages, it was 54 hours. Now, when I say that, I don't want to put anybody else down that's doing the 100-day challenge, doing 30 minutes a day. If that's all you can squeeze out, it's more than commendable. I know people, and I see people when I table, like, that have given up on their art, because, I mean, it's exhausting, it's tiring, and, like, some days you come home and you just want to just lay down or watch TV, turn off your brain for the day, but that's all commendable. I am in a alright position right now that I can commit more time to my project, and I definitely want to get 9 finished up. I want to get this story finished up, and I still have 4 issues to go after number 9, so I'm really putting the coal in the fire right now to get these next few issues done up. I think I'll probably only be able to get through 10 and the trade together by the end of this year, but working on it hard. So I got 54 hours in on the roughs. When I started this third round this last time a week ago, since then I've put 40.5 hours just into the tighter pencils. Like I said, roughs took me about 2 hours a page. Tighter pencils are taking about 2 hours a page. There are some of those panels that look so good. I can't wait to see them in black and white. I'm so excited. I have 6 pages to go. About 2 hours per page is putting me right about that 50-hour mark. For people doing the 100-day challenge, that's their 100 days right there. That's 100 days of half-hour increments is 50 hours. I couldn't see myself spreading the process one process stage of my comic over 3 months' time. I would love to do it like Jeff does and do it page by page. I just don't trust my writing ability, dialogue, and story structure so much right now just to do it page by page. I did try it with 7, but I had gotten the roughs and titers done, and then I just went ahead with it and did all the coloring and then inking over top that. I don't think I'll ever do that again, just because I don't use Photoshop, so it's hard to get rid of those excess lines and whatnot, but for sure, loved making 7 what it was and something special on its own. But number 9, this is going to be the one for sure. Hopefully going to be done with tighter pencils, 6 pages to go in the next 2 days or so. I would love to be done with it by the weekend. Work on the next cover. Across these 100 days, you'll probably see me doing the cover paintings and the various paintings for the issue 9 and issue 10. I am posting daily my timer screenshot of me working on my comics, and then a panel. You're definitely going to get a panel a day. I think when I go to inks, I'll probably be snapping pictures of the panel I already shown. I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but tonight's post was pretty special. Because when I started this project 3 years ago with my first 100-day run, I started using this puppet design because I wasn't sure of my ability to draw the human figure. Because my skill in that area was almost nothing. It was 0. It was pretty much 0. I wanted to transition to a point where I could draw my characters as humans, and for the most part that was the goal. About midway through this series though, I realized that having the intense moments be articulated by the actual human forms was something I could draw from and show these characters becoming more than just the puppets they were. I love that idea. I love that process. So in one of the panels that I drew today, or tightened up today, is similar to the picture that I used for the cover of my sketchbook last year. It was a sketch I did back in September of last year. It's the guy kissing the lady's shoulder. I replaced the guy with Zeke, and V is obviously the chick. And it's such a beautiful composition because not only does it mean so much for the book, but the fact that it meant so much to me last year. Like, this was one of the sketches that has kind of found the back of the sketchbook. I didn't really show it off that well because I didn't think it was all that grand, and when I was putting together a sketchbook, I didn't realize that I'd overlooked it. I love this picture because you have the lines of the frame of the picture that I drew, and to get the head sculpt, the right angle, the right shadows, the right proportions, I had to go outside those lines, and that's so representative of not only the sketchbook from last year, but this comic itself. Continually going out of the lines to check myself to see how much progress I've done. I've even gone back to start working on putting together the first issue as a video that I read through. I'd love to do that for the first few issues and then have those that people can watch those and then contribute to the later Kickstarters, because having people contribute to 9 issues is a big ask. If you go onto Kickstarter, you're seeing maybe people dip into the 3rd and the 4th issues, but here I am charging ahead with 9 and 10 and even the 2nd trade. Like, it's unheard of. It's insanity in its purest form, for sure. But so that's where I am. If you want to see what I'm doing daily, if you're part of the 100 Days of Making Comics, you can check the page on Facebook, or if you follow me on Twitter at SamuraiOx, you can see those for sure there. I'm posting 1 post a day, given my time, given the couple panels, or the panel and the timer screenshot. If you'd love to talk to me about my comic, I'm always open to talk about that. I wish I got more of this painting. I was hoping to do the entire thing, but I went to set up I pulled all these videos off my camera, went to put it, freed up all the space so I could set it so I could get that hand painting, but it just didn't work out, and I screwed up that video. So you're only getting half this video. If you'd love to see the actual finished issue 9 cover, that's available for my patrons over on Patreon. Next month I'm going to be restructuring my Patreon. As I said, it's kind of a big ask for people to jump into these later issues. So I think I'm going to be offering my whole back catalog. That's also going to include a monthly sketchbook now. I feel comfortable in my sketches that I'm doing, that I'd love to show off them, so I'll be scanning in every month and building a PDF for that. The inks for issue 9 are going to be put up every few days too. That's going to be for my Patreons only. I feel like I'll probably put my pencils up for everyone, but the inks are going to be where this issue 9 comes alive. Yeah, so Patreon's going to be a bigger deal now that I feel comfortable in my sketches, showing off the work that I'm doing. I'm not necessarily going to be hiding much, because I'm very proud of what I'm doing nowadays, and to not be showing off what I'm doing and get people interested in what I'm doing, like, I'm not going to be standing on that side of the road anymore. So there are a few videos that I'm going to put in the links down below. I came across these couple videos. There's a Casey Neistat one, a Dan Mace for Casey Neistat, showing his journey to 368. I think it's super inspiring to see all the stuff he left behind, because he just felt like he needed to do more with what he had. So check that video out. It's called Getting to 368. Other than that, there's this Why Bad Photographers Think They're Good. It has a lot to do with imposter syndrome, and I think it's super relevant to a lot of artists that I talk to. There's a couple other ones by Lucy. I can't think of her last name, but talking about getting viral about her art. She does a lot of great Patreon posts about showing her income and everything like that. I think it's super great to look at those posts and see where people are trying to get to and how difficult it actually is. So that's going to do it for now. Like I said, check me out on Patreon. Find me on Twitter. That's where I'm usually most active. But thanks for checking out this video, watching me paint and talk about all this stuff. You'll probably get me a weekly video from me as I continue this 100 Days of Making Comics, but right now I've got some work to do, so we'll check in with you later. Peace.